Okay. So. Hey guys and gals, Von Baden here. Today's video, I'm going to cover this Art Minds molding foam that my wife was able to pick up for me at Michael's, I want to say it was. This was the same amount as my big tub, which is over there somewhere. Doesn't really matter. But it's the same amount that I got from TNT Cosplay Supplies. Difference is it's a bit cheaper. Actually, about half cheaper. So I've got to play around with it a little bit. I'm going to give you a little bit of what I'm doing and some of the little tricks and stuff for it. So a few tools that you could get that would be helpful for you is these tools that have the rubber bits. You can get these wet and they will not stick to the foam to get some of those details and whatnot into it. When you're doing the foam, it's fine to leave the package open, but when you are done for a while, you want to make sure not only do you close it up good and tight with the Ziploc baggie, but you also want to get as much air out as possible. You get, I don't know if you can see that right there, but if you get it and you kind of smush it around a little bit, when you first pull it off, it's kind of stiff and doesn't want to go anywhere. But you start messing around, folding it over on itself and kind of stretching it out, it will become more pliable. Now, and these are not done yet, I'm adding to it and building it up for a gum line. I don't know how well that's coming up on camera. It's a little bit better. But what you want to do when you're working with this is you're going to get the surface that you're wanting to put the foam on. A little bit of water. You need a bowl of water too. I should have mentioned that. And as soon as you start getting it, the foam that you have already laid down wet, you'll see that it actually becomes even more pliable. But let's turn this around so you can see it, and maybe I could do it in the, there we go. But just kind of smudge it in around the tooth, and then where you get those nice lumps like that, if you add a little bit of water to it, you can, just like regular clay, smooth it out a little bit more. I'm sorry, but it's a little bit easier for me to do it while I'm looking directly at it. Also, a nice little thing is this bit right here that is kind of flat. When you get it wet, you kind of do this motion where you put it on it and you drag it back, and it will flatten out some of those curves. Now, this skull is going to be on the Daybreaker sword, and it doesn't need to be a real smooth look for what I'm gonna be doing with it. I want it to kind of look kind of animalistic, demon-like, whatever. Not really humanoid, hence the long teeth. But once you get it started, you can definitely see how that goes. And then switch ends here again. Get it bit lumpy, but a little bit more smoothed out. And you just keep adding and working the edges out, and it will smooth. And once you get it to where you get it all nice and smoothed out the way you want, you can go back and use your tools if you want to add any kind of wrinkles. If you're doing a more of a fleshy or meaty looking build, you can definitely use these tools to accomplish that. I'm not going to cover the entire skull, but I am going to kind of give it a little bit more detailed areas, and that's kind of what I'm working on here. So like that. I won't make this a very long video, but overall I've used the cosplay apprentice stuff, or TNT cosplay supplies I should say, and now I've used this Michael stuff. It is so far as easy to work with as the other stuff. Like I said, just get yourself a chunk and kind of knead it around, fold it over, and it will become more pliable. A little bit of water, a couple basic tools, and you don't really have to have the tools depending on what you're wanting to do. If you're wanting something with a lot of fine details, then you might want to invest in some of the rubber tip tools. Don't use wood on it because it will stick to the wood, or at least my experience is that it will stick to wood. So if this is your first time in the channel and you enjoyed this and you want to see some more of these cool builds, or see the progress of the Daybreaker sword or whatever, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and I will see you all on the very next video. Thanks. Bye.